What if the real reasons people don't make it past 80 aren't in your genes but hiding in your everyday life? Doctors may check your blood pressure or cholesterol, but overlook the one factor that could silently be shaving years off your life. And here's the most surprising part. One of these longevity killers even stunned medical researchers, and it's something you can take control of starting today. Why do some people struggle to reach their 80s, while others seem to age with strength and grace into their 90s and beyond? On the surface, we often blame it on genetics. But the truth, there are 5 hidden reasons, quiet, often from invisible forces that may be stealing years from your life without you even realizing. Even though average life expectancy in the US is nearing 80, there's a startling divide. Some seniors barely cross this milestone, while others flourish well into their 90s with sharp minds and active bodies. Researchers now believe the difference lies not in DNA but in specific overlooked factors that determine how well we age. Today we'll uncover 5 unexpected yet powerful influences on your longevity factors your doctor might never bring up during a checkup. And the 4th one, it was so surprising even seasoned medical researchers were caught off guard. The good news. Each of these factors is changeable. Starting right now, no matter your current age or health condition, let me introduce you to someone extraordinary. Dr. Eleanor Roberts, a geriatric specialist with over 35 years of clinical experience. Her groundbreaking work in aging science revealed something astonishing. 2 patients with nearly identical health histories and lifestyles could experience completely different aging outcomes. Some were thriving in their 90s, while others declined in their early 70s. What made the difference? Dr. Roberts discovered it wasn't always the standard medical markers. It was something deeper, often unmeasured by routine checkups. This video is based on her compelling findings, which have reshaped how many experts now approach aging. You may even recognize some of these patterns in your own life or in the lives of your loved ones. Let me ask you this. Have you noticed how some friends or family members seem to age more gracefully than others? Maybe someone you know is still full of energy and purpose in their late 80s, while another began struggling in their early 70s. These real-life observations may align exactly with what we're about to explore. If you're serious about not just living longer, but living better, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and join our growing community. Your support helps others find this valuable content and could be the reason someone else starts making life-extending changes today. Let's begin with the first silent threat to your longevity, something that's been called as dangerous as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day: social isolation and loneliness. A landmark study from Brigham Young University revealed that chronic loneliness increases the risk of early death by 29%. That's nearly as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. Let that sink in for a moment. Just being socially disconnected can be as harmful to your body as a toxic habit. Throughout her career, Dr. Roberts observed this pattern again and again. I could often predict a patient's rapid decline, she said, just by noticing their social life had faded. Even patients with better blood work or medical histories declined faster if they were isolated. Consider the story of Frank, a 76-year-old widower who moved across the country after his wife passed, hoping to be closer to his daughter. On the surface, it seemed ideal access to better health care and family nearby. But what no one saw coming was the invisible cost Frank had unknowingly left behind. A 40-year support network. His neighbors, his coffee buddies, his volunteer friends. Within 18 months, his health had sharply declined. Why? Because daily meaningful connections had dropped by more than 80%. The science is clear. Loneliness triggers a chronic stress response in the body. It raises inflammation, weakens immunity, and even alters your genes. In short, your body ages faster when you're alone. But this doesn't have to be your reality. There are simple, powerful ways to rebuild connection. Try technology built for seniors like Alera or Senior Planet that match people based on shared interests, not just family relationships. Join local programs with structured schedules. Whether it's a community class or faith-based group, consistency builds deeper relationships. Use the concentric circles approach. Start with just one regular weekly activity that involves others, then gradually expand your social circle. Now it's your turn. What's one relationship that's helped you feel more alive through the years? Or if you've found yourself feeling isolated lately, what's one small step you could take this week to reconnect? Leave a comment below. Your story could spark someone else's comeback. And while connection is essential, there's a second factor equally powerful that determines whether you'll thrive past 80 or just coast. It's something the longest living people on Earth all share, and it might surprise you. Let's explore it next. After understanding just how vital social connection is, let's now turn to the second key factor that plays a powerful role in how well we age. Having a clear sense of purpose. Dr. Roberts emphasizes that one of the most powerful drivers of longevity and cognitive sharpness in older adults is waking up each day with a reason to engage, contribute, and care. To help people reconnect with their sense of purpose, she recommends 3 practical approaches, each simple yet deeply impactful. First, start by identifying the unique value you can offer outside of your former professional role. Ask yourself, what problems can I help solve with the wisdom and experience I've gained over the years? The goal here isn't to stay busy for the sake of being busy, it's to feel genuinely needed. Second, explore structured tools like Japan's Ikigai framework, which helps you discover the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what can support you. When these 4 elements align, people often rediscover their joy and inner drive. Third, begin small but stay consistent. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. In fact, weekly volunteer work often brings more meaning and fulfillment than rare large-scale effort. It's the reliability and connection that matter most over time. So what gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning? Is it caring for your garden, mentoring someone younger, or simply preparing a warm meal for a loved one? Whether big or small, share your purpose in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. But even with strong social ties and a powerful purpose, there's a third hidden factor that continues to quietly shorten the lives of many seniors. And it's one that most people overlook. Shockingly, it might be sitting on your bathroom shelf right now. Did you know the average American over the age of 65 takes more than 5 prescription medications each day? And that doesn't even include over-the-counter drugs or supplements. This leads to a dangerous situation known as the medication cascade, a chain reaction where the side effects of one drug are misinterpreted as new symptoms, leading to more prescriptions and then more. Dr. Roberts saw this exact scenario unfold repeatedly throughout her medical career. I've had patients whose health spiraled not because of their original condition, she explains, but because they were taking as many as 14 medications prescribed by 3 different doctors who never spoke to each other. The consequences are staggering. A study from Johns Hopkins found that polypharmacy, the use of multiple medication, is responsible for nearly 30% of hospitalizations in older adults. Think about that. Almost a third of seniors admitted to the hospital are there not because of disease, but due to complications from their medications. To reduce this risk, Dr. Roberts offers 4 critical strategies. First, schedule a comprehensive medication review with a clinical pharmacist or geriatric specialist at least once a year. This is separate from your regular checkups. It's a focused consultation that reviews all medications, including over-the-counter and herbal supplements. Second, for every medication you take, ask these 3 questions. What condition is this treating? What happens if I stop taking it? Are there non-drug alternatives? Many medications prescribed years ago may no longer be necessary. Third, learn about the medically supported movement of deprescribing, a structured approach to safely reducing or stopping unnecessary medications. Resources like the Canadian Deprescribing Network offer helpful guides you can bring to your doctor. Fourth upgrade, how you manage medications. Beyond basic pillboxes, tools like the MediSafe app can help track your regimen and flag potential drug interactions. Many pharmacies also provide special packaging that groups your medications by time of day. So when was the last time you had all your medications reviewed together? Have you ever worked with your doctor to reduce your medication load? If so, share your story in the comments. It could encourage someone else to take that vital step toward safer, healthier living. But even if your medications are optimized, a fourth hidden factor could still be silently affecting your health. And what's most surprising, many healthcare professionals miss it entirely. Yet addressing this one issue could add years to your life. We'll dive into this surprising factor in the next section. We've just explored how optimizing medication use and reducing inflammation can significantly improve your health. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that ties everything together: the powerful link between stress and sleep. As Dr. Roberts puts it, we've uncovered a two-way street. Poor sleep intensifies your stress response, and elevated stress hormones disrupt your sleep patterns. Together, they can either create a downward spiral of decline or a reinforcing loop of resilience. This relationship becomes even more critical after age 65, when the body's natural systems begin to change. Your sleep cycle shifts deep. Restorative sleep decreases, and your ability to regulate stress hormones like cortisol becomes weaker. Our Roberts research revealed something striking: older adults who consistently maintained high-quality sleep experience up to 70% less cognitive decline than those who didn't. She explains during specific sleep stages, the brain literally performs a cleaning process. Without this nightly cleansing, inflammatory proteins build up, accelerating mental aging. Take Elizabeth, for example, a 72-year-old retired teacher who came to Dr. Roberts with early memory issues and constant anxiety. She had tried all the standard advice, but nothing worked. What changed everything was a personalized sleep stress intervention tailored specifically for her age group. Within just 3 months, her memory scores improved, her inflammation markers dropped, and her quality of life, by her own report, rose by 40%. So what does Dr. Roberts recommend for seniors seeking better sleep and stress regulation? She outlines 4 key interventions, and they're very different from the generic advice we usually hear. First, upgrade your sleep hygiene with age-specific strategies. That might mean keeping your bedroom slightly warmer, not cooler, and using targeted light exposure in the morning and early evening to help realign your shifted circadian rhythm. Second, adopt proven stress relief practices that work particularly well for older adults. Studies show that seniors benefit more from mindfulness-based stress reduction and heart rate variability training than younger age groups. Third, restructure how you divide your day. The old model of being awake for 16 hours and sleeping for 8 straight no longer works for many people after 65. Instead, alternating active periods with intentional rest throughout the day helps regulate both energy and mood. Fourth, rethink popular sleep tips. Advice like no naps or stick to one bedtime may not be ideal for older bodies. Seniors need a customized approach that aligns with how sleep architecture naturally evolves with age. Now think about your own experience. What's the biggest sleep challenge you've faced? Or have you discovered something big or small that's actually helped you rest better? Your tip might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear today. But here's the bigger picture. These 5 longevity factors we've discussed, from social ties to gut health, from medication use to quality sleep, aren't random or isolated. They're deeply connected. Together, they form an interwoven system that either speeds up or slows down the aging process. That's what makes Dr. Roberts' approach so powerful. She doesn't treat each factor separately. Instead, she looks at how they amplify one another, creating what she calls a virtuous cycle of longevity. As she puts it, when addressed in the right sequence, these changes don't just add up, they multiply. Her research uncovered an optimal order for creating the most profound results. Start with reviewing and adjusting medications, then target inflammation and gut health. Once the body's internal systems are more balanced, focus on stress and sleep regulation. Finally, build stronger social ties and rediscover your sense of purpose. This order creates momentum. For instance, reducing inflammation can improve your sleep, which helps regulate stress, which makes it easier to engage with others, which then boosts your sense of purpose, setting off an upward spiral of vitality. And the best part, many of these changes take effect surprisingly fast. Some patients report more energy and mental clarity within days of simplifying their medications. Joint pain may ease within weeks of starting an anti-inflammatory diet. Sleep improvements often come within a month or two, and within 3 to 6 months, people start forming deeper social bonds and even see positive shifts in biological aging markers. To make all of this more doable, Dr. Roberts created a simple daily checklist you can use. 1. Take your medications intentionally. Question any new symptoms. 2. Eat at least 3 anti-inflammatory foods each day. 3. Practice 1 stress relief technique before noon. 4. Prioritize sleep with age-appropriate strategies. Engage in 1 meaningful social or purposeful activity. So to recap, the 5 hidden factors that silently shape your longevity are social isolation, loss of purpose, the medication cascade, chronic inflammation and gut health, and the stress, sleep feedback loop. When addressed together, these form a powerful foundation, not just for adding years to your life, but for adding life to those years, helping you thrive well into your 90s and beyond. Perhaps the most empowering message from Dr. Roberts' decades of work is this: the human body remains incredibly resilient, even in old age. The idea that decline is just part of getting old, science has proven that wrong. She tells the story of an 86-year-old man who came to her using a walker dependent on 12 medications and showing signs of serious cognitive decline. After just 18 months of following this 5-factor protocol, he was traveling again on his own, down to just 3 medications and testing cognitively, like someone in their mid-70s. That's the truth we often overlook. Much of what we consider inevitable about aging is actually optional. It's not our DNA that dooms us. It's these silent, modifiable factors, and the science is clear. If we address them, we don't just live longer, we live better. So tell me, which of these 5 factors surprise you the most, or which one resonates most with your current stage of life? Drop a comment below. Your insight might be the nudge someone else needs to start their own transformation. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button to help it reach more people. And if you're ready to take control of your health journey, subscribe to Life Advice for Older People, where we turn aging into opportunity, backed by science and compassion.